Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Software Engineering Pathway. I'm Sam, and today we are dealing with reality. We are diving into Skill 20, S20, respond to changing priorities and problems arising within software engineering projects. In our last session, we learned how to implement a project perfectly. But in the real world, things rarely go perfectly. Requirements change, critical bugs appear, deadlines shift. The concept I want you to adopt today is that of the resilient navigator. When a storm hits, a good captain doesn't panic or give up. They assess the situation, adjust the course, and keep moving forward. Our goal is to prove that you are not rigid. You can adapt your technical plans to fit the new scenario. This matters because software development is unpredictable. Your ability to respond to change is your ultimate survival skill. Let's decode the standard. S20 is about response. It starts with a trigger. Maybe it's a changing priority. The marketing team needs the mobile view finished this week instead of next. Or maybe it's a problem. You discovered the third-party API is too slow. Your response cannot be, "Oh well, we fail." First, you assess the impact. How much time will this cost us? Second, you revise your recommendation. You might say, to hit this new deadline, we must cut feature C. Third, you adapt the plan. You physically move the tickets in Jira. You change the schedule. You reprioritize. Let's look at changing priorities. This is the pivot. Your product owner runs in and says, "Stop working on the login page, we need the payment page now." The wrong reaction is to get angry or ignore them. The professional reaction involves context switching. You must safely park your current code, commit it to a branch or use git stash. Then, you perform impact analysis. You tell the stakeholder, "I can switch, but this means the login page will be delayed by 2 days." This is negotiation. You give them the data to make the decision. Agile welcomes change, but it must be managed change. Now, let's look at unexpected problems. These are blockers. Maybe a library you relied on has been deprecated. Maybe a simple bug turns out to be a deep architectural flaw. Now, let's look at unexpected problems. These are blockers. Maybe a library you relied on has been deprecated. Maybe a simple bug turns out to be a deep architectural flaw. Spike solution. Propose a short, time-boxed investigation, a spike, to find a workaround. The scope. If the spike shows the fix will take a week, you must ask, what can we remove from the sprint to stay on schedule? You trade scope for time. S20 requires you to adapt plans. This means updating the artifacts. You might need to re-estimate a ticket. If it's harder than you thought, change the story points. It's honest data. In the sprint review, you explain the variance. We didn't finish X because priority Y came in. Crucially, you must communicate. Update the ticket status. Send the email. Managing expectations is key. Remember, bad news delivered early is an update. Bad news delivered at the deadline is a failure. How does S20 apply to you specifically? Imagine a critical security vulnerability is announced, like Log4j. That is a massive priority change. You must stop all feature work immediately. Your response is technical. You create a hotfix branch. You update your dependency files. You deploy the patch to production. Your plan adaptation is administrative. You go to Jira, move the feature X ticket back to the backlog, and pull in the security patch ticket. You have successfully responded to a crisis. Here is how you can apply S20 tomorrow. Action 1. The blocker. The next time you are stuck for more than an hour, don't suffer in silence. Post in your team chat. I am blocked on X. I propose trying Y. You are identifying a problem and proposing a solution. Action 2. The switch. If your boss asks you to switch tasks, write a comment on your current ticket, pause work to focus on priority Z. This leaves an audit trail. Action 3. The estimate. If a task is taking longer than expected, update the estimate before it becomes overdue. That is adapting the plan proactively. For your portfolio, use STAR. This is the crisis management story. Situation. Midway through a sprint, a critical bug was reported in the production login system. Task. I needed to resolve this urgent issue without completely derailing the committed sprint goal. Action. I assessed the bug severity and confirmed it was critical. I recommended to the product owner that we pause a nice-to-have UI feature to free up capacity. I adapted the plan by swapping the tickets in the Jira board and creating a hotfix branch immediately. Result. The bug was fixed in 4 hours. We still achieved the main sprint goal, only dropping one low-priority item. Reflection. I learned that rigid adherence to a plan is dangerous. Being able to swap priorities quickly saved the release. In your major project, S20 lives in the evaluation or challenges section. Create a change log table. Column 1, change problem, e.g., the API provider deprecated the endpoint. Column 2, impact, e.g., our data import failed. Column 3, response, e.g., I researched alternatives and rewrote the adapter to use a different source. My advice, a project that went 100% perfectly to plan looks suspicious to an assessor. Real engineering is messy. Admit the problems. Show off how you solved them. That proves competence. Let's wrap up. We've learned that S20 is about being a resilient navigator. We follow the cycle, assess the change, recommend a new path, and adapt the plan. We embrace the fact that priorities change and blockers happen. Your next step is honest action. Go find a ticket estimate that is wrong and update it. That is adaptation. In our next session, we will look at S21, where we learn how to evaluate if the solution we built and adapted actually solved the original problem. Remember, the plan is nothing, planning is everything. Be ready to change. See you next time. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you now feel more confident in mastering this topic. If you found value in this session, I have a small favor to ask. Please hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and follow our channel. It really means a lot to me and helps the algorithm show these lessons to other apprentices just like you who need support. Don't forget, you can download today's slides and the full transcript at www.mentorinai.com EPA Hub. While you are there, check out our mock interview and portfolio review services to make sure you are fully ready for your EPA. See you in the next video. Keep learning.